All right, so this is the first video of Mr. Glenn's Math Notes YouTube channel, so hopefully it helps. If it doesn't, stop watching. Lately we've been talking about the three forms: point slope, slope intercept, standard form. So today we're going to show an example. If they only give you 2 points, how do you get it through all three forms? How do you find the intercepts and then graph it? So starting off, if you have me in class, you know that we always start with point slope. I'm pointing to something off camera. I'm an idiot. So all they give us are 2 points. So if we need point slope, we need a point and a slope. We're missing a slope. It's first order of business. Here we go. Using the slope formula of y2 minus y1, which makes it a plus 12, over x2 minus x1. We get a positive 8 over negative 6. Slope of negative 4/3. Plain and simple. So now we have points and a slope. If you remember, it's a secret. Which form you start with? Meaning the PS for point slope. Yes, that's right. Y minus y1 equals m times the quantity x minus x1. Doesn't matter which point you choose, so I'm going to choose the one I want to choose. Let's go with 4, negative 12. I get y plus 12, because we minus the negative, equals negative 4/3 times the quantity x minus 4. All you got to do is plug in 3 things, you get 3 points. x1, y1, slope. I'm done. Now to transition that into slope intercept, we have to isolate the y. It takes 2 steps: distribute and isolate. Here we go. I know the y plus 12 won't change, so I'm going to keep that way. Start with a new color since we're starting a new form. Now, distributing a fraction. Do not be afraid of fractions. Tops, bottoms, okay? This one's not going to change. Negative 4/3 x. Now, how many fractions are here? 2 of them. That's 4 over 1. Tops, bottoms, do not be scared. Negative times a negative gives us a positive 16 over 3. We're not done yet, though. The y is not isolated. So here comes the step a lot of you struggle with, the adding and subtracting of fractions. If I subtract 12, we're fine over here, but 12 over 1 cannot combine with that. We need common denominators. So how do you make a 1 a 3? You multiply it by 3. What you do to the top, you must do to the bottom. So our new fraction is 36 over 3. 4th graders do it. I know we can as well. Okay? Now our bottom will stay the same, but our tops are going to change. Final slope intercept, y equals negative 4/3 x minus 20 over 3. Positive with a negative, we know how to add and subtract, or at least we should. If you want to be good with money, get used to those negatives. Done. Done with slope intercept. Now just the other day we added standard form, which means we have to get x and y on the same side and then check our 3 restrictions. First step to get it on the same side, bring the x over here. I'm going to add 4/3 x. Now I have them on the same side. I've accomplished my goal, but now we have to check our 3 restrictions. I'm left with 4/3 x plus y equals negative 20 over 3. Don't lose that negative. That 20 is still negative and it's still over 3. So here's our restrictions. A has to be positive, no fractions or decimals, no GCF greater than 1 between A, B, and C. A is positive. So far, so good. You have a fraction though. You got to get rid of that. So what makes this a fraction? The bottom. I don't like that we're dividing everything by 3 on these 2 fractions. So to get rid of it, I do the inverse operation, which is multiplying by 3. Now, notice I said multiplying everything by 3. Many of you are doing the 3 over here and forgetting the rest. This gets distributed, which cancels this 3. Oh yeah, cancels that 3, but it is distributed to all 3. So while it cancels these 2, it does get multiplied by the y. Final standard form answer. We get a 4x plus 3y equals negative 20. And now you have all 3 forms done. That took us what, a minute and a half? You can do that in the same speed. Now, just yesterday we talked about x and y intercepts, so let's take a look at that. It's easiest to find it using the standard form, and for the x-intercept, all you have to do, because we plotted the points, any x-intercept has a y value of 0. any y-intercept has an x value of 0. So, to find the x-intercept, I plug 0 in for y. For x equals negative 20, x equals negative 5. We divide both sides by 4. So my x-intercept is the point, negative 5, 0. I'm hoping you can see this handwriting and it's not terrible or too small. Y-intercept. We already stated for the y-intercept, the x value has to be 0. So I'm taking the same standard form equation, only this time I'm making the x 0. We're left with 3y equals negative 20. Divide by 3. Oh no, we have a fraction. So what? You're fine. Fractions have been around for a long time and they're not going away. Now my advice though, I don't know how to graph negative 20 over 3. Let's make that a mixed number, make life a little easier. 3 goes into 20 6 times with 2 left over. That is my official y-intercept. So time to graph. X-intercept of negative 5. I go back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nailed it. Y-intercept of negative 6 2/3. I go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 2/3 of the way to 7, and I'm money. That's a beautiful line. And that's exactly how you would do 3 forms, x and y-intercept and graphing. Enjoy.